Hey Prince, I honestly wished I started kettlebell training sooner. The workouts are challenging, but not challenging to the point that I can't do them. This program has helped me out with my boxing training as well. Thanks, man, and may the force of others be with you. That was a note from Corey Collins, who was doing the Darth Maul Challenge. If you want to get in on the challenge and train to become the next Sith Lord, you can get details from the free Darth Maul training manual. If you're trying to get results similar to Corey's, hit that link and download your Maul guide today. What's up, y'all? My name is Prince and I'm an urban acolyte. So I want to revisit this topic about the Sith and the Knights of Ren that I mentioned in the video about the Knights of Ren potentially changing the way that people view the sequel trilogy. Now, some of what I said in that video back in February got twisted because people take one idea and turned it into whatever they want to hear. Also, we got more information about some of those rumors that I alluded to back in that video. So let's go over what we do know. And what we know is that this three-part saga has a beginning, a middle, and an ending as it pertains to the Skywalker family. We saw the Sith get their revenge with the help of Anakin Skywalker. We saw the Sith be defeated by the son of Skywalker's unwillingness to strike down his father Anakin. And now we're seeing the rise of a new threat as the grandson of Anakin Skywalker becomes the ruler of the galaxy as the head of the First Order. We know that episode 9 will be the end of the Skywalker Saga. And we know there was allegedly a statement from J.J. Abrams last year that episode 9 would tie everything together from the prequels, the original saga, and the sequel saga. Now, whether or not that last part is actually true is not something we know for sure. All we know is that someone said JJ said to them shortly after the script for episode 9 had been submitted for Lucasfilm's approval, months before principal photography began back in August. Now, this is what we also know. Emperor Palpatine had a contingency plan in place that involved sending scout ships and the Imperial fleet into the unknown regions, where he'd been sending scout ships going back to the Clone Wars. What we don't know is what other instructions Palpatine had when it came to his contingency plan. I think his wishes were all given to his attendant, Tashu, who was also a follower of the Sith religion. In the Aftermath trilogy, we were introduced to a group of Vader fanatics who were known as the Acolytes of the Beyond. By the end of the Aftermath trilogy, it sounded like the Acolytes of the Beyond had grown in size and they were being led by Tashu. Now, Tashu appeared to have been killed on Jakku by Gallius Rax during the Battle of Jakku. The question that I had was that if Tashu perished, well, what happened with the Acolytes of the Beyond? It looked like they were searching for Sith artifacts, especially lightsabers. Seeing that people could become possessed by residual dark side energies that were contained in those ancient artifacts, hey, could this be a way for the Acolytes to identify people who were strong with the Force? I mean, like, what if Palpatine had other advisors who also followed the Sith religion? I mean, if we go with this line about the Sith being eternal, it would only make sense to me that Palpatine's contingency plan would also include a way to identify the next Dark Lord of the Sith, should he and Vader both fall in order to preserve the Sith order. Now, it's possible that Palpatine believed that he would eventually unlock the key to immortality, and maybe he was so sure of himself that he never planned for there to ever be a need for a future generation of Sith. But I think Tashu was so committed to the preservation of the Sith that he made it possible for the Sith to eventually return, whether he was under Palpatine's orders or his zealous devotion to the Sith and the dark side of the Force. So I'm saying this. I believe the Acolytes of the Beyond was created so that a new Sith Lord could eventually be identified. I think this new order may have something in common with the Brotherhood of Darkness from Legends, where these new Sith Lords didn't use the Darth Titles, instead being known as Knights, just like the Jedi. I'm not sure where the Ren name comes into play, but the word Ren has some interesting meanings. In Chinese, Ren, or Zhen, is a Confucian ideal to describe the good feelings a virtuous person experiences when being altruistic. In Japanese, Ren can mean lotus, like a lotus blossom, a symbol for enlightenment, and also love. In Egyptian, Ren is the name given to a person at birth, and it is also part of a person's soul. So it would be interesting to look at the Knights of Ren as people among the Acolytes of the Beyond who are found to be force sensitive. Their force sensitivity allows them a stronger or a deeper connection to the dark side of the force, which could be seen as a form of enlightenment. Now, this would not make them Sith, as in the Sith from the Darth Bane order that we saw in the prequels in the original saga, but like the First Order was born from the ashes of the Empire, the Knights of Ren and the Acolytes of the Beyond could be born from the ashes of the fallen Sith Order. It would be even more interesting to think of Kylo Ren as being this person who's born from the ashes of Vader, who rises through the ranks to assume control of both the Knights of Ren and the First Order. Both these things that Anakin destroyed when he turned back to the light side are now being led by his progeny. Now, right now, everything I'm saying is complete speculation, so don't go running crazy with this information. What I last heard was that the First Order and the Resistance could both have to deal with a threat from the Beyond. Maybe Kylo Ren will have a rival within the Knights of Ren, which pose as the threat from the Beyond. Maybe the Beyond is a place, but it could also be a new faction, as in the Acolytes of the Beyond. Maybe what was being called Sith soldiers behind the scenes could be a militant arm of the Acolytes of the Beyond, like we saw in Aftermath, or there may be another group similar to the Amaxan Warriors from the Bloodline novel, where it was just a paramilitary group that was funded by the First Order, but not actually part of the First Order, with the exception of their leader, Arliz Hadrassian. But either way, for now, we'll have to wait and see. So if you like this video, hey, hit that like button and share it with your friends. If you have something to share with the Urban Acolyte community, post it down below in the comments, and I'll be checking back to see what you have to say. But hey, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click that subscribe button and take your first steps towards becoming an Urban Acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. Make sure to enable notifications and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and over on the gram so you'll know when I'm posting new stuff and going live with Star Wars chats. And if you're interested in getting deeper into this real-life Jedi side of things, hit my link so that you can get your free Darth Maul training manual today. But that's all I got for this video, so thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you, always.